How do you choose local businesses to highlight on your platform?
It really kind of just goes based on like what I feel like doing, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, I really want Indian food. Let me find an Indian place I haven't been to. And we don't have a lot of Indian restaurants here, so that may not be the best example.
Mm.
But like, oh, maybe I really want pho today. So where have I not been yet?
Yeah.
But at this point, I do get restaurants that reach out to me that want to partner with me
Yeah.
and want me to feature them. I would say it's still like a heavy mix of actual partnerships and collaborations and me just showing people what I'm eating for lunch today.
That's so cool. So
Yeah.
you're making money off of like not monetization, but the restaurants paying you for it.
Not always. It just depends
That's cool.
on the situation and what they want to negotiate with me. If they're reaching out to me specifically, sometimes it's, hey, can we just do this for trade? And so we'll give you $100 voucher towards a meal and you'll post for us or whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of really just depends. But the more work it's going to take, the more likely I am to say like, hey, like I need some kind of money to make this, make sense for me
So
because
what-
my time is valuable.
Exactly. Like,
if I'm
at
going to
what point
spend,
do you
if I'm going to
decide?
spend hours editing, like I can't always do that for free.
Yeah.
And I would expect that most people will understand that because most people are not going to go to work for hours
Yeah.
for free. Like, like if you're really passionate about it, like, I do some charity. I do work with some like local events and all my work planning those events is free. I'm not making any money off of that stuff.
Wow.
But I know that it's supporting local nonprofits. So in those cases, like, of course,
Yeah.
like this is something I've signed up to do for free to begin with.
Yeah.
If someone's reaching out to me specifically asking me to do work for them, more often than not, I do need to make some kind of money off of it. But I'm not out here looking to make like some kind of big profit. Really, my goal is just to build up local business and to share the places that I love.
Yeah. So
and-
what inspired your passion for supporting local businesses?
I think it really started with like growing up, like the way I grew up. So my mom started a business when I was in middle school.
Wow.
And so kind of just like watching all the hard work that goes into building a business and sustaining that, like so many hours, just, you work harder than anybody else. You know what I
Yes.
mean? When you run your own business.
Oh yeah.
And so I guess just like seeing what goes into that kind of just ignited a passion for me. And so I feel like half my life I've been passionate about local business and supporting business and understanding why it's so important to support local over a big chain. Your money goes further with local. You know what I mean? It pays for their kids' T-ball. It pays for, making their business bigger. It pays for all kinds of things that you can't really fathom,
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Man, that's so awesome. Is there a memorable experience that you have visiting a local business? It's kind of hard to,
Yeah, that's hard.
because there's a bunch of businesses.
Yeah. So earlier this year, I got invited to go to San Antonio for Bird Bakery's. I think it was their 12th birthday. Hopefully I'm right about that. And I got to meet the owner and she was just like super nice. Her name's Elizabeth Chambers and she actually just had a show on Hulu come out like
Wow.
shortly after I visited with her. So she was like nicer than I could imagine. So it was cool. It was a cool experience. I got to meet some other like San Antonio food influencers who have followed for a long time.
Nice.
So it was cool to like actually talk to them in person. So
Yeah, there's like a market for it. Like, it's so interesting.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you notice any trends in the local business scene in Corpus?
I don't know. I mean, I think you have a good kind of era of growth of people who are like wanting to change things and try new things and kind of just like step into a more modern era. And for Corpus, that's kind of unique because I think a lot of people that live here kind of always will agree that it always kind of feels like we're a little bit stuck in the past. So kind of seeing like a younger generation rise up and start new businesses and start pushing us into the future has been kind of cool.
Yeah. How do you feel about when businesses like don't kind of like make it and like, because businesses open up and close, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's definitely like sad, you know what I mean? And I mean, it's pretty normal, honestly, across the board. Most restaurants don't make it, and that's just how statistically
it
true.
is.
And a lot of things go into it. Most businesses are not going to be profitable in their first year, and if you're not ready for that, like, it's going to be tough. You know what I mean? And it's just the sad truth is that it's not easy to make it in the restaurant world. So you really have to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of places that, you know, I've loved that I've seen go away despite, doesn't matter how good your food is. Sometimes it's not enough.
Oh,
So